Cars come in many different shapes and sizes, but they all have tires, and if they're running off of gasoline, they're also using oil. So to maintain a healthy vehicle, you'll want to change that oil every 3,000 miles or so, and rotating your tires during every oil change will extend their life greatly as well. Now a professional can do this for you, and they'll charge you $40, $50, maybe even $70 to do this, and you don't know what kind of crap they're putting in your car, and you don't know what kind of service you're getting, or you can do it yourself. In my case, I spent about $21 altogether, and I know that there's quality stuff going into my car, and I know everything is being done right. So here I am to show you how to save some money by changing your own oil and rotating your own tires. First, you want to go to a local car maintenance shop, such as an AutoZone. You'll want to pick up 5 quarts of oil, making sure you pay attention to the oil weight, because you'll want a different weight depending on what season of the year it is. An employee will be able to help you with this, and you'll be picking up an oil filter as well. You'll need a car jack to lift up your car, though you don't want your car to balance on this because these have been known to fail, and you don't want to be underneath the car when it comes crashing down. So you'll use jack stands like these, or you'll use ramps. Either one is fine. You'll also need a container to drain the oil into. In my case, I drive up on ramps for the oil change. Gives me plenty of room underneath, as you see here. So you slide under. It'll be right behind your front axle. It'll be pretty obvious like this. This is your oil tank. You'll be looking for the screw seen here. This is where the oil is going to be draining from. So you put the container underneath your oil tank, like so. You unscrew it and let the oil drain out. Give it a few minutes. Let it drain to just a trickle, like so, before you screw it back in and wipe it down. Then you'll be looking for your oil filter, seen here. You want to unscrew that. This is full of oil as well, so be careful, and you'll be draining this into the same container and setting it aside. This is where your oil filter is going to go, so you want to wipe that down for your new one. And here's the sludge that just came into your car after every 3,000 miles, so you can see that your car probably doesn't need this in it anymore. You get your new oil filter out of the box, go back under the car and screw it back in. From there, you're going to want to put the new oil in. So you lift up your hood. It'll usually be on the driver's side. Mine is clearly labeled as you see here. So you want to take the cap off your oil tank, like so. And you want to get a funnel so you're not spilling all over the place. Put it into the oil tank. And you want to drain all 5 quarts of oil into there. And I mean drain it. Might as well use every last drop. And once you're done with that, you close the cap and your oil change is done. So for rotating your tires, you're going to want all 4 tires off the ground now. So you get your jack back out, lift up the car, and you start putting the jack stands under the axles like so that the car is completely lifted from the ground. And as you see here, they're under the axles. That's going to be your best supporting point to hold the car up. You're going to want to take the nuts off of all 4 tires. See here, there's 5 nuts on each tire. You can either use a tire iron or a ratchet to do this, and as so, you see here. Once all 5 nuts are off of all 4 tires, you can take off your tires like so. Remember which axle they came from and which side of the car they came from, and you want to position them like so. Now rotating tires, there's different patterns you can use. Personally, I prefer this method, the X out. So you just switch the tires like so, and you put them back onto the car, screwing them back on, and you should have this. Now you want to check your air pressure now. So you'll see here the little cap where your air pressure is going to be checked from. You want to take that screw off, get an air pressure gauge like so, and you want to check your tire pressure. Your tire should have it written on there exactly how much pressure you should have in there. So if you're good, then you're good to go. Or if you need to add a few pounds of pressure, then you can either use a manual pump, or in my case, I'm lucky enough to have an electric pump, where you put the cap on, fill them up with air, and from there, you just get the jack again, lift it up, take the stands out, and you let your car back on the ground again, and from there, it'll look basically the same as it did before, but you'll have extended the life of your vehicle, you will have extended the life of your tires, and you will have saved yourself a lot of money in the long run.